Hello, LightHearted Rainbow Tribe. We are the receivers from heaven, from the inner beingness of everything needed. So let us become the silent, open receptacles of this dynamic, creative aliveness. Let us become empty and receptive. I just read a quote from someone named Harold Whitman. He was quoted. I don't have any clue who he is, but it's a lovely quote. And it fits with our aliveness theme. Don't concern yourself with what the world needs or wants. Find what brings you alive. What the world really needs is people who are fully alive. I actually came into life through a death portal. I came in through an emergency C-section, and 10 days later my mother died. So I didn't have that articulation until about an hour ago when I was contrasting life and death, and I was like, wow, I came into life through a death portal. Coming alive and dying to mortal consciousness, dying to the self of identity, the opening into and the yielding up of our conditioning into zombiehood. Is this work that's not for wimps. And it is the dynamic, creative life force, energy that does the work. That's the big secret. There's a lot of self-help books out there, a lot of beautiful people out there sharing their wisdom, and it's all, you can do this and that'll do it, and you can do that and that'll do it. There's nothing wrong with that. It can be beneficial in their way. But the truth is no self, no mind, no doer, which is what allows this to do the works, to embody and come alive. The felt sense, the ability to commune through the felt sense, through the heart and the belly, through our whole system. And the mind comes along and articulates, right? It's not this felt sense and this intuitive ability has not coming from our head center. It's coming from the heart, it's coming from the belly. And the incredible degree of intelligence, the knowingness of being, it enfleshes itself. The word becomes flesh. It fleshes out. And all of that intelligence and information is available to us through the wisdom of the heart and the senses, the feeling, that we can feel into what's going on. And we can sense, we can get the felt sense of what's going on. And in that, we can commune. And that fulfills a longing in us. And that fulfillment of a untouched, unmet longing brings us alive. I run into a number of people who are very sensitive. And they have this intuitive sense and have a difficult time with the vibrations that they encounter, with the energies people are running, with the frequencies that are going on, in the vast level of unmet grief and deep unhappiness and frustration and anger that people carry around about life. And there comes a place in this where that intuitive knowing, that felt sense, does not send us down into the vibrational sinkhole of where the vast majority of people are vibrating. And that's an inner intelligence. That's a recognition of this that is unperturbed by all of the frequencies that occur. That's why it is so important to place our priority in an inner attunement with the presence of being that is always vibrating and offering frequencies of itself. It spontaneously arises as the situation calls for. We don't have to do that. We don't have to decide, oh, peace is needed here, so now I'm going to see if I can be peace. If peace is needed here, all we do is relax and open, and peace is here. And it may not, in fact, be what we think needs to be here. It may be that something else is needed to be here. So we listen within to come alive. For this to embody and flesh itself and dwell and live here. offering itself out through us, fully alive. It took me a long time to recognize the degree of mortal consciousness that had conditioned itself in my system. And I would say sometimes it still reveals something that I hadn't realized I had accepted from the general belief system. And that's part of this that causes me so much impassioned excitement and delight, is that it's not about some perfect state of aliveness. It's the recognition that life is full of all kinds of everything, every experience imaginable. And as we recognize the energetics and the frequencies, and we become more attuned within, recognizing our system as an instrument to offer out frequencies of courage, of joy, of peace, of tranquility, of serenity, of beauty, of enthusiasm, of excitement, of passion. I mean, it goes on and on. And to allow that to unfold itself is to really have died to being a somebody doing something. And that's the phoenix. That's the creative life force essence arising from the ashes of there's no one left here. There's just this beautiful rainbow coming through the transparency that is the pure light of being. May this light shine so brightly and the frequencies arise so profoundly that it's inescapable, that we are this alive. And this is our time. Thank you for sharing this time with me. May the blessings flow into, through, and out into our world.